Hey guys, it's Logan from Team Brickhod, or you can call me Mr. Snail, whichever ones you want. Today we're going to be doing a PenMag deck profile as our first video on this channel. If you liked the video, make sure to drop a like. If you don't, that's okay too. We're planning on dropping more videos in the future, especially skits and duels and more deck profiles for sure. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications when you're ready for that. And without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So starting off with the main deck, we've got 3 Double Iris Magician. This card gets you into Star Pendulumgraph and Time Pendulumgraph. It's also your skill 8 that you're mainly going to be setting up in the deck. You can use Wisdom Eye Magician, which you run at 3 to set up both of your skills, but mainly if you open up one, you can scale it for a Double Iris or a Gate Magician. Speaking of Gate Magician, I run 3. This card is necessarily for combos, especially because it's a level 7. You can get into your Absolute Dragon to make Vortex. It gives you a free body on board and can set up your skill 0, being Gate 0. 3 Performapal Skullcrobat Joker. This card basically searches your entire engine, all your magicians, all your Performapals. I play 3 Pensword. I'll put up an image on screen since mine are in the mail still. It basically just destroys your one card on your field and searches you a Performapal. I run 2 Darkwurm. This card is necessarily at 2 because if you brick out one, then you have no way to send the other to the grave. I run 1 Astrograph Sorcerer. This card is honestly, it's broken. I wish it was at 3, it's not, but I understand why. All it does is if something is destroyed, special summon it, get a search off of whatever was just destroyed this turn. 1 Harmonizing, a lot of people play it at 2, but I find it useful at 1, especially since it's recyclable with Vortex, you can shuffle it back in the extra deck. 1 Purple Poison to go into Time Star Magician for protection plays, or even another rank 4 with Harmonizing. 1 Oafdragon for Baron, mixed with Harmonizing, but also if you want to use it as a scale, you can. You'll get a free add back from the extra deck. 1 Scale 0 for Gate Magician. This card just gets set in the scale, and that's pretty much all it's there for. For the spells, I run 3 Duelist Alliance, your main searcher for any Pendulum card, like the Pendulumgraph cards, or even Double Iris Magician, or even Pendulum Sword. 3 copies of Dragon Shrine. These are all just to send Darkwurm to the grave. 1 Star Pendulumgraph. It's all you need. If you run 2, you're honestly just bricking. 1 Wings of Light. This card searches all of your Gate 0 or I guess Supreme King cards. 1 Foolish to send Darkwurm, or if you're really desperate, any other card. 1 Time Pendulumgraph to round off the main engine. For non-engine, we run 3 Dark Ruler No More to shut down our opponent's board, just to make sure that we can get our combos off. 2 Tactics, if they hand trap us, we can at least either rip something out of the hand or try to extend with something that we draw. And for hand traps, 3 Infinite Impermanence, honestly the best hand trap by far this entire format and formats to come. It's a free negate from hand if you have no cards on the field, and you can basically shut down or zone lock a spell trap zone. For the extra deck, I run 2 Beyon The Pendulum. If you want to, honestly, you could run a second Exceed over one of these, but I think 2 just in case you need the second one, either at the end of your combo or at the start of your next turn. 1 IP Masquerena. This card will always be on your end board. It's such a good card. You link it away with Absolute and another card, and you get this plus a Vortex on field. 1 Knightmare Unicorn, or what I'm using this as proxy for is SP Low Knight until I get mine. I'll throw up an image of what SP does if you don't know by now. 1 Selene, Queen of Master Magicians. Honestly, this could be a second Exceed, just like one of the Beyonds, but it's also useful in its own way. Like I said, 1 Exceed, you could run it at 2. It's basically the same thing as the Exceed, but you also get an add back from the Issue deck, which is really good. For the rank 4s, I play 1 Apollousa and 1 Access Code. Access Code for OTKs, Apollousa for negates. 1 Vortex Dragon for negating my opponent and shuffling back resources. 1 Baron de Fleur for Oafdragon and Harmonizing. 1 Warlord Savage for Harmonizing and any level 4. 1 Time Star Magician, this guy is my main dude. I am trying to get him on the board a lot more. He does have lines in this deck. It's amazing when you get him with Time Pendulumgraph, just a free send to. Any rank 4, I'm using the Guzka because it's basically just a stall card, but you can realistically use any rank 4, like Time Thief Redoer is really good too. 1 Odd-Eyes Absolute Dragon for your Vortex, and the mandatory Odd-Eyes Rebellion Exceed Dragon. The reason why it's mandatory is because of Gate Magician, the fact that it has Exceeds in his name, you need to be able to send it. It's basically a backup resource. You can also summon it if you don't special summon through that effect. You can make it